YTPC. It's been a while. I apologize for that. It's been a rough road to get here, but smoking up two very special blends this evening, courtesy of a friend that sent me some samples. I'm out here with the dogs. We got a new dog, so we still have the little terrier, the Yorkie. Well, come here, come here. Come here. Oh, this is a new one. This is Willow. Say hi, Willow. Hi. Hi. Girl. Good girl. The kids wanted something a little bigger that they could play with and that would chase them, and she does chase them, so they got what they wanted. So she's been a delightful addition to the family. Still working on some housebreaking, but getting there. Like I said, it's been a rough road. This is a series of things. You know, I don't know about you guys. My tax return, I owed a lot of money this year, so that kind of sucked. My daughter needed surgery, so we did that. And my little dog fell off the deck here, which is a good 10-foot drop. So it looked like she wasn't gonna make it, but here we are a few weeks later and she seems just fine. So I got a nice vet bill for that. And then you can't, well, I guess you can see it. This wire, welded wire kind of fencing I put up so that nobody else falls. Don't want that to happen again. But the spool came in like 100-foot spool. So between carrying my daughter on occasion, because her foot is kind of in a cast now, and that spool was really heavy, and I don't have a truck or anything like that, so like putting that into my little car and then lifting it to get it out kind of did a number on my back. And I got to work one Monday and I sneezed and my back just went out, and they had to find a wheelchair and wheel me to my car, and I made it home, and my wife helped me make it to the doctor. I got some shots in my ass, and they gave me some muscle relaxers and painkillers, and I think some steroids too. But yeah, and now the air conditioning is out on my wife's car, so we live in Texas, so that will have to be addressed. But and then overall, just really the last 9 months, but especially the last 6, work has just been consuming my life. I don't dislike what I do, but I dislike the current workload, and it's getting to be unbearable. I work kind of constantly nights and weekends, and so it's just been a rough, particularly the last month. Last month I've been working a lot of nights and weekends. But I'm hoping I'm finally clear of that, and I mean, I'm sure it won't get better overnight, but it is a little better now that we've cleared some deadlines, and yeah. I think the dogs are getting along mostly, but there's a huge size difference. One's 5 pounds and the other is probably on her way to being 70, so we'll see. Hopefully they get along. The little one tolerates the big one, but it's, you know, the big one's idea of playing is a little bit rough for a 5-pound dog, especially with the puppy teeth. So, but they're happy outside. The little one's rolling around right now. Anyways, I don't want this to become a pity party. It's just a rough month. I'm hoping May is much better. So that brings me to the two blends. So like I said, I only received small kind of samples. That's all I asked for. I'm not, they're hard to get blends, so I'm not gonna ask somebody to trade for their whole stock. But there were two kind of bucket list blends for me. One I view as kind of a rite of passage that I wanted to smoke. It wasn't one that I expected to be my favorite blend. But the other one I suspected that I would like, and my suspicions have been confirmed. So I started off the evening with J.F. Germain's Rich Dark Flake. And that was the one I suspected that I would like, which is unfortunate because it's nearly impossible to get over here in the States. I like English blends. I like a few Burleys, but mostly my favorite blends are Virginia Periques. And probably my all-time favorite is Weber Purs, so Virginia Perique Burleys. But anything, I like Virginia Burleys with where the Virginias are the lead and there's some Burley there as support. And so the Rich Dark Flake is a kind of a mature Virginia with some Burley and maybe a molasses. And I do happen to have more of a sweet tooth as opposed to like a savory vapor. I kind of put what is it? Elizabethan is kind of more on the savory end of the spectrum when it comes to vapors. I like more of the Escudo type, a little bit sweeter side. And so Rich Dark Flake really sounded like it was something I would like. It's a Virginia, from what I understand, it's more Virginia than Burley, with a little bit of molasses topping. And I smoked that, and it starts off really mellow, like really smooth, almost too mellow. But it definitely is creamy from the very start all the way through. And then it does kind of build on itself. The Burley makes itself known a little bit as you go further in the bowl. And they kind of, the Virginia and Burley just kind of dance together. It's really nice. The Burley adds a little bit of punch, and the Virginias have a really nice sweetness. And it's just a really great blend. I'm sad that I don't have, won't be able to get any more, but I'm happy to say that I've tried it. So definitely recommend that one. Very creamy, smooth, but it builds in body as you smoke it. There is kind of a richness that grows, and that was really good. So that was one I was looking for. The one that I am smoking now, that I need to relight because I'm talking so much. I do like this Dissim lighter, but when you initially hit the button, it does almost a blast. So sometimes it'll like blast some tobacco out of your pipe. So before I get to the blend, I am smoking. I don't know if this will show up really well, but this is a Savinelli Ottogano, which I think is Italian for octagon. So it's a kind of a paneled pot with this beautiful acrylic stem. They really capture it. Almost looks like fire, not like muscle car kind of classic car fire on the hood. Like actually looks like fire. And then I love dark rusticated pipes. I like pots. This is my only paneled pipe, but I like it. The dark stain is beautiful. if I had a complaint, I do wish it was slightly bigger, but I kind of almost always, I don't know, it's a little bit small if you look at it. Like, it's on the smaller side of pipes. I wish they'd gone a little bit bigger, but it does make it really nice to clinch. I know they did like a limited run of these, and I'm glad I picked one up. I picked one up used kind of after the fact. I didn't get a great price on it, but I wanted to make sure I got one, and I like it a lot. I don't have a lot of Savinellis. I do have quality wise, as far as like current Savinellis, current Petersons, I put them, fit and finish. They're pretty comparable. I just generally tend to like Petersons, and that's more just an Italian versus Irish or English kind of style of pipe, and so that's just a personal preference. I think you can't go wrong with either. But I tend to own more Petersons than Savinellis. This is one of maybe two or three, I think three Savinellis that I own. This is actually my first time smoking it, and in it, I'm smoking some Penzance. Um, that one, is kind of the holy grail of current production tobaccos. Or I'm sure harder to find out of print, so to speak, blends. But Penzance is kind of the end all be all of hard to get tobaccos. Um, for me, Englishes aren't my favorite type of blend. I do enjoy English blends, but they kind of top out at maybe a 7 out of 10 for me for the best ones. And so I wanted to try this one just because it's kind of a bucket list, almost a rite of passage for pipe smokers. If you like English blends, you probably should try to get some. Um, Otherwise, you know, if you can only get quiet GLP's Quiet Nights or Seattle Pipe Club's Plum Pudding, I wouldn't say this is head and shoulders above those. It's right there, kind of in the running with those. Um, in some ways, it's a little bit simpler than Quiet Nights. I think it's only Virginia Oriental and Latakia. It does have a really nice balance between the Oriental and the Latakia. Just enough Virginia to kind of, smooth it out, kind of jump in the mix here and there. The Orientals are nice though, um, not too bitter, but they offer some nice flavors. Um, Really, the tang of the Orientals is balanced really well with the smoky kind of Latakia. It holds it back and balances it really nicely. So I'm sitting back, licking my wounds and recovering. So um, my back is doing better after a week of meds, and I couldn't. I don't. I wouldn't have lost my job. I couldn't. I had things due, so I couldn't not work. So I was literally working from my bed in a lying down position on my laptop, trying to get things done. Um, but I feel like I'm coming back quickly. It took a couple days, and then I could sit in a chair, um, get to the bathroom by myself. It's the little things you learn to appreciate when your back goes out. I still have trouble getting my socks and shoes on, but I'm getting there. And it's nice to cross off some bucket list blends. I think currently there's nothing I'm trying to chase down or really have to try. Um, Stonehaven, I think, kind of fits into a blend category that I would like, but I think the rich dark flake is very similar to Stonehaven, and Stonehaven maybe has a little bit more burley, whereas this has the rich dark flake has a little bit more Virginia. So I think of the two, rich dark flake would be more my speed anyway. So I don't think I need to try that one. I do have some, I think, Tilbury that I think also fits in that category. So I'm going to give that a try. I picked that up in a trade. Yeah, this is, I mean, Penzance is definitely good. It definitely strikes a good balance between, you know, the three elements. They're all very present, maybe less so the Virginia, but good balance, nice richness, smokiness. Very nice. I'm pairing my Savinelli kind of Oregano with this nice Savinelli kind of maroon colored tamper. It's got the pick that goes with it. And yeah, other than that, you know, our garden's doing well. We grew some lettuce and spinach, had a salad the other night, and we grilled some zucchini from the garden, so that's been fun. The tomatoes are coming along. Chickens are doing well. I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, we have had chickens. We got another batch to kind of add to what we had, and they're coming along, and we got them as chicks, and they've been in our brooder, but in our house, which you know, worked for a while, but it's, you know, they're getting big enough that it was time to move them out. So we've been putting them outside during the day. With the other chickens, they've kind of don't co-mingle yet. But tonight was the first night where we section off an area that's just big enough for the smaller ones to get in and put a roosting bar for them. And so tonight is the first night they are out of the house. So that's nice. They're cool. Like I said, these ones are you know, colored egg layers, so that'll be interesting. We'll get some green and maybe some blue. But yeah, this year's been more rain. Last year was really dry, really hot. All the rivers were down, and so we've gotten a lot of rain this year, which is good. The fruit trees I planted are doing well, and yeah, looking forward to knocking some to-do list items off this month so that I'm not working crazy hours. So anyway, glad you guys could meet the new addition to our family. What's that over here? And take care, guys. God bless. Thanks for watching my video. This was a long one. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a good one.